How different from – oh, here we go.
Okay.
Think back to last year at this very moment. How different is Jayden Daniels now, and how does that manifest itself? What do you notice that's different about you going into this season?
I would probably just say a year under my belt to know what I'm getting myself into with a week one. Last year I didn't know what I was getting myself into. It was no first game, didn't know what to expect, but now you just go out there, you have a routine, preparation, and consistent. So, it's kind of what's different.
Having Terry and Noah working out with you guys now, I mean, that offense, it's an unfair question, but what are you capable of with this offense?
I guess we're going to find out on Sunday. I don't really have an answer. I just hope not hope, but go out there and execute at a high standard. That's the standard that we keep, and that's the standard that we uphold each and every day, especially another year in the system. We know it. We're allowed to go out there and play fast and free.
Hey, Jayden, there's a lot more kind of external expectations on this team this year.
Interesting.
You knew it was coming. What's the best piece of advice you've gotten from some of the veteran guys on the team about kind of blocking that out or managing that?
To be fair, they don't really tell me that because I don't pay attention to it anyway. So they're not really worried about me coming in and talking about what was said on ESPN. I don't really care.
Shout out to ESPN, thank you. Where do you feel you are most different, even going into the year compared to last year? Where are some things that maybe you're more prepared for because you have that year?
I think just like I said, my routine. I know what time to get there at the stadium, what to expect, warming up what time, and stay consistent with that. So I think that's probably where I'm most different.
Look at the Giants. What do you see, especially with that defensive front, some few pass rushers? What do you see when you look at them?
Defense that flies around, and week one, everybody's gonna be juiced up. Everybody's healthy, so it's gonna go out there and it's gonna be a battle.
Going back to the external expectations, does the success of last year, does it add more pressure to you? I mean, I know you don't really feel pressure, but do you?
Nah. Me personally, no, not at all. You still gotta go out there and prove each and every year. People can have expectations. They could say you could do this or hope you fail and do that. I mean, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Is what the pressure you give is on yourself to go out there and you prepare the right way. You give yourself the best chance of success.
The locker room,
Okay.
like the things they did here. What does that mean to you guys as players?
It shows they take care of the players, so that's a big thing. They're willing to invest and make sure that we're okay and we're right and we're happy, so that's the biggest thing.
Jayden, what does Kobe Bryant mean to you?
That's my favorite player, but the greatest all time, in my opinion. My favorite athlete, I wouldn't say player, but just his embodiment of the work and, as I got older, the mentality. And, he was fearless, never flinched in those big moments. So you see it time and time again. You see why he was so successful and why he won 5 championships.
And how do you try to embody that now?
I say you just go out there and, like I said, fearless. You don't blink when times get tough. Adversity. I don't think I've seen anybody, rupture Achilles and walk off the court and shoot 2 free throws. So he was built different, man, and he meant a lot in my household to me, growing up as a Laker fan, Southern California kid. So try to pick up some things, but in those moments he never flinched. The moment was never too big because he knew what he did at practice. He knew how he prepared, and he wasn't going to mess with anybody that didn't prepare or work as hard as him.
Hey, Jayden, where have you seen the biggest growth in this team as you start this regular season?
What was that?
Where have you seen the biggest – don't make me laugh. Where have you seen the biggest growth in this team as they start this season?
Yeah, I think it just starts with the veteran leadership. We added more veteran experience, and, we got guys last year that were with DQ, and we kind of know the standard and how we want to play. And you could tell that people are bought in. Everybody's showing up, working hard. and we all love each other in the locker room. We take care of one another on the practice field, but we know at the end of the day we got to push each other to get better.
Hey, Jayden. So, you were this team's first-round pick last year. This year, Josh Connolly, maybe people didn't know that, but anyway, Josh Connolly Jr., this year's first-rounder. What have you seen in Josh Connolly Jr., and have you just had kind of that first-rounder conversation, and I know he's getting his start this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, people are going to see what he's made of, and obviously he's different. I was playing quarterback. They're trying to sack me. People are going to try to go after him and see what he's made of. So, rightfully so, because, you got a more experienced guy with Laramie on the other side, so everybody wants to see what the rookie's about. So kind of just, telling him that. He already knows, but the kid is very competitive, super quiet, doesn't really talk a lot. Always got like a mean mug to his self, so I try to get him to smile a little bit more, have fun, which I know he is. But that's kind of just why I told him, go out there, be free, have fun. But just know at the end of the day, people are going to try to come after you, try to expose you because they know it's your first one, and they might not think you're ready, but I know he is.
You've had about a week now of practice with Terry back out there. What kind of impact do you see kind of on the practice field and on the offense having him around and for you having a guy who you have familiarity with back out there?
The same impact we had last season. I mean, you can't really replace what the guy brings, but obviously, you go out there, it's good to have him back.
Jayden, I know you say you don't look at the news and media and all that stuff, but there's a narrative out there as far as the sophomore slump. But Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson won MVPs in their second season, so would you like to let everyone know that's the narrative you're looking at?
I'm going out there trying to be the best version of myself. I don't really look at individual accolades. If we're winning football games, those come, hopefully. So I'm trying to do whatever it takes to win.
What's up, Jayden? What do you think about your running back room? Obviously, a lot of versatility, different type of backs. How do they kind of take the pressure off of you?
Like you said, a lot of versatility. Those guys run hard. Their willingness and eagerness to learn, especially the younger guys. So I'm excited. I mean, they go out there, they work hard, get an extra walkthrough reps and stuff like that, so they're prepared and just go out there and use their God-given abilities.
Any level of football, Pop Warner, high school, college. What's so special about the first game, that season opener? What is that like as a football player, Jayden?
I mean, it's something that you dreamt of. I think every level is different as you progressively climb throughout your journey. And now that you're able to play in the league and, your first one is, second to none, you try to remember that. You're going to remember that forever. Like my first game, even though we lost my first game, you'd still remember just those little moments of conversation that you probably had with your parents while you're young and, just a kid having a dream, and now it came true.
Hey, Jayden, earlier Coach Quinn said that, last year you guys had the success. You want to build on it and that an identity is not formed in 1 year. It's formed over time like that. So, as the, leader of this team, starting quarterback, what do you think the identity should be that you guys are striving to build here this season?
What did DQ say? Whatever he said is the identity, and we just embody that. So whatever he said is the identity.
Jayden, you kind of mentioned having Terry back already.
Yeah.
Having Terry back along with the receiving core and having some of, offensive linemen back in this coming into week one, does this team kind of feel complete, healthy, where you guys want to be going into this first week?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say so. We got the guys back. We got the pieces that we need back, and go out there and see what we can do on Sunday. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate y'all.